Hi everyone. This video will cover some of the editing tools that are in many of the different tool options in Moodle. So to demonstrate this, what I'd like to do first, I'm going to go into my course. This is actually our course, and I can do add an activity or a resource. I'm going to add a forum because you can do this same information in almost every item. So this is just going to be my test forum for editing options. And you notice here, these boxes, many of these boxes should look pretty familiar. They're very similar to what we have in Word. So you can just start typing. This is my text. I like to use different colors. And I have a link to an external site. So there's several things you can do with it in this stage. So I can actually say this is my text, and I may want this text, if I need to highlight it, I can make it bold. So by clicking that B button, I can make it italics by clicking the I button. I can change the size of it by using these A's here. This is the heading, paragraph styles. So these are the different kinds of styles I can do. I can change the font. They only give you a few font sizes or font styles because Moodle is set up to be compliant with screen readers for students that are visually impaired. So it's important that even if you know HTML code, even if you have the ability to go and do a lot of more complicated shadings and colors and things, in Moodle, it is recommended that you use only these defaults, so you can actually change you can highlight text or change the color of your text. The recommendation is to just use the simple colors that are here, because screen readers cannot interpret lots of shades and things beyond these that are here. I'm sure that will change in the future as the technology evolves, but right now, to be the most compliant with the accessibility tools that are out there, we need to stick pretty much to what's in the Moodle toolkit in these edit options. So I'm just staying with this box here right now, so I can actually highlight a couple of rows and I can put bullet points. Or I can change the bullets to numbers and it will indent. I suggest you play with these tools. So if I want to highlight external sites, one of the things that came up is, how do I link to an external document? Well, linking is, this is the common icon used to set a link. It's a chain. It's a link of a chain. You're going to link that text to an external website. So I'm just going to click it. And for now, I just want to say I'm going to link it, and we're getting weather warning. I'm going to link it to the main LSUA webpage. Actually, you do need to put the whole information. I do recommend you open these in new windows when you link to them, and I try to remember to do that. This helps students not get lost, because if you embed it in the regular window and they link out of it, they can get lost and not be able to go back far enough to get back to Moodle. So I recommend you do that, open in a new link. When you do it, what happens is it actually does make a link, but it doesn't really look like a link. So what I usually do to help that be an obvious link is I will make it bold. I will make it blue, because that's kind of the common text color. But I will also underline it. And right now you don't see an underline option. Well, if I can get back here and highlight it, there's not an underline option. This box expands more buttons, and here we have the underline option. And so now you can have it this way, and you can see it. So there's a horizontal ruler you can put in. Let's see, a horizontal ruler. I'm not sure. I think that is a line. Let's see if I can make that work. Nope. Actually, what it did, it put a very light gray line that's very hard to see in there. So you have that option. You can underline, you can strike through text. So if you want to show that you actually made a change, you can use strike through. These are, again, lots of the similar kind of things you're used to using in Word. There are some equation tools. It's a little cumbersome to use. You can do that, though. You can actually use tables. So if you insert a table, let's say I want to put in, I want a caption at the top. The caption will be sample table. I want 3 columns and 3 words. So this would be the name of my table at the top, would be sample table. And I can put students, classes, and enrollment. And you can see that it's beginning to size itself to fit the needs. When the lines are dotted like this, they won't show once the table is shown. So I can actually put some extra spaces in here, make this a good bit bigger. And I use tables to fake lining up or setting tab stops. So if I want things to line up, so I have freshmen typically take, let's say, 4 classes, and the enrollments are about 20. I'm just making up information here. And then you have sophomores. And sometimes they'll take an extra class because they know they need to get out and they're getting into upper level classes. So you can do this. When I save this information, so I'm going to save and display it. My lines, my text lines up beautifully, but the table boxes don't show. You can make them show. Anytime you have a gear button in Moodle, you have the opportunity to do some different things. So edit settings, when you are on a tool, edits that particular tool. Edit settings when you're on the main course site is the first video I had for this week. That's the settings on the entire course, so it gives you a different type of screen. So I'm going to keep going through these. So you can do you can center text, you can right align it, you can insert, you can do some of these different kinds of things. These buttons right here will allow you to actually see the HTML code. I like the second one because it puts the commands in different colors. And where this goes, where this comes into play, is if you are going to have a video that you're going to embed. So we're going to do a link to a video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this for right now. And what I want to show you is, let me stop sharing this, and I'm going to switch over to my YouTube screen, which is where I uploaded a video earlier today. So I can go back to the editing screen. There's an upload button when you have a YouTube login, and you can upload it. Once you upload your document, it gives you a process bar. It tells you how long it'll take. These videos that are 10, 12 minutes probably take 2 minutes to upload. If you do a lot longer one, it takes a whole lot longer than that. But once it loads, you have a publishing button to click, and you can get the share code, which is just the link, like I just linked to the LSUA page, or you can get the embed code, and it automatically highlights it. And when you copy this, I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to go back to sharing my Moodle screen. Where is my Moodle screen? And I'm going to go edit this setting again. When I put this in HTML code, what it will do, whoops, sorry. When I paste this, right-click, paste, it puts that embed code in there, and when I save it, that is the instruction that makes the video display on the page. So that's what it's called, is embedding the video into the page so that it will have a control and it will actually not have to navigate outside of the system. So those are just a few of the tools. That editing toolbar, all of these boxes at the top, are actually available on many of the tools in Moodle. So whether you are doing the description box on the assignment or the content box on a file or in a discussion board, you get these options and can do lots of things with it. You can use the picture tile to insert an image. So earlier today, you would have to browse to the repositories, and I did want to tell you this. So when you could browse repositories, don't let the term scare you. You can either pick, if you are using a lot of files, things you've done recently, or you can select upload a file and choose a file. And I have some image files on my desktop where I have captured, I did the Turnitin one just a little while earlier. So this could be a picture of you, or of your hobbies, or of your textbook, or of something you're trying to demonstrate. When you pick that document, it goes here. It'll always ask you what to save it as. And this was a screenshot that I did. And when I choose upload, you'll get to resize it. Okay, so this was a really big picture, and I don't want it to be that big on my screen. So if you check auto size here, you can these are pixels. I'm going to change it to about 600. When I hit the enter key after I type in 600, it automatically adjusts this size to make it keep its aspect ratio, to keep it proportional. It is important when you put images to put a description for someone that's visually impaired. If you absolutely don't want to, you can check this box, description not necessary, but again, students with screen readers will not get any of that information. So I just put screenshot of Turnitin upload screen. Okay, and I can save that image, and now it is here in my video, in my page that I was working on. Okay, so I did a lot of things on this page. You would never do all of these. Again, just like I've shown in other videos, I recommend you use this expand all button because it will make sure that you remember to do all of the different things that you want. Now, I'm in a forum. I'm not sure why mine defaults to 9 attachments. I don't want 9 attachments to be able to submit it to this forum. You can set subscription mode on forums. So the options that display when you expand all are tool specific. And so they will come up, it may be different things based on the tool you're using. But these little question mark buttons will always give you a very specific description of what each choice means if it's a drop-down box, or what it means if it's not a box, just what does it do. So please use these, take advantage of these on the fly as you need it. You can skip over what you don't like. We'll be trying out the Turnitin for discussion forums probably next week. But there's a lot of different features and activities here. If you are doing activity completion, this is where you would set do not include, means there won't be a box on the front page. Students can manually mark it, means the box will have a solid line and students can just check it to say that, help themselves know that they did it. Or you can show this activity is complete when certain conditions are met. Again, the conditions will depend on what tool you're in. So if you're in a discussion board, you can actually say they have to make so many posts or so many replies. If you're in a video, you can say they have to view it or read it. You know, the reading part, we can really not determine if they read it. We can determine if they clicked on it or viewed it. Sometimes if it's an assignment, you might say it's not going to mark complete until you have a grade. And so you get several different options to choose there. We are not utilizing competencies, and most people are not utilizing tags, so you don't have to worry about those. But again, you always can save and display. We'll show you the file that you just saved. And again, well, see, and it'll give you errors if you don't. So I picked to show completion, but I didn't set a rule. So let me go back and fix that. And now this is the page that I uploaded. So I made my text red and large. I did some strike through. I created a link. This will open in a new window and it goes to the main LSUA web page. And then I've got all these other documents in here. So I hope that helps.